Hello, my case study is to get history of exchange rates for a specified currency within specified time. I got help from these two links. These two links, they are using an API. It is a code which is using an API to get currency conversion. It is converting one currency to another currency using exchange rates. For my API, this is the documentation. Here, API layer, I made a free account and got my API key. In this documentation, there is all available how to use this API key, how to get the required data. I am using time series, this time series query to get the history of any currency that I want to show. So I'm using the base URL. I'm setting the base URL, then I'm setting my parameters. Base currency, I'm using dollar as my base currency to compare it with another currency for which I want to get the data. I will compare that to the dollar. So I am using Pakistani rupee. I want to show the value of Pakistani rupees for last 30 days as compared to dollar. So I am selecting a start date and end date to specify the time period. In start date, I am using get date functions and I am adding minus 30, so it gets the date of today and it adds minus 30. It goes back to 30 days and then I'm converting that to this format, year, month, date. Similarly, for the end date, I will have the date of today. Then I'm constructing my URL by adding all these parameters to my base URL. So now I have to use invoke REST method to get the response from this API. The response is saved as a JSON format. I am using response variable to save the response. Now how do I know that if my API is working or not? I will show it here. Now when I get back the response, I am going to display that response. Let me run this. Let me clear my screen. Okay, if I run script here, it says success true. This property true means that my API is working. I am getting my required data back. So this is the rates is an object within a JSON format. It is showing the date of and value of each the value of Pakistani rupees of each date. So I am interested in this data and I want to extract these rates and date and rate out from these objects. For this, I am using variable data to extract the rates out of rates and dates out of that response object. I am creating a new array named as table. I want to save my each date and its rate in as a object, each date as an object with its with it value with its value. I am storing it in the table array. So for each, I am using for each command to get the date. I am going through every date in this object, and I am getting the name of the date and the value, and then I am appending those values in the table array. Then I am displaying my table array in using format table command. Let me show the result of this. It is here. Save. Now if I run this, here, now the same data which I had in JSON format, I am able to extract it and show it over here. here are the dates starting from 1st March till 31st March, and here are the corresponding rates. Now I want to display this data into a chart or as a graph so that I have more clear vision. For using a graph, for making a graph, I am using data visualization tool of built-in data visualization tool of Windows for PowerShell, which is where it is here. I am using commandlet add type. This commandlet loads .NET assembly, which provides classes for creating Windows forms and data visualization in .NET. So I am using I want to create an object. I want to create a chart to display the my required data. To display the chart or graph, what I have to do is over here I need I need two things. I need series, my data which I want to display. Then I need an object chart area where I have to display the area, and then I need a chart which contains this series and chart area. So I am making a new object chart using Windows data visualization charting dot chart. Then I'm giving it a title using these fonts and adding this title to my chart. Then I'm creating a chart area because we require that too. It is a new object and I'm adding this area to my object chart. So now I have my chart and area. The one thing that is left is this series, my data. I have my data, but I have to point it out on the chart. For that purpose, I have to add the data points to the chart series, and I am showing the dates on x-axis and rates on y-axis on my chart. So from table, I have my date and rate for each object, and each date and rate is an object. I am getting the value and I am setting it on x-axis and y-axis. So this all is a series of my data. I am going to display this data on my chart. So I am customizing my chart appearance. I am setting the background color as a white and the border lines of the chart as a black, and I am setting border width of 2. So at the end I am displaying my the chart in window. It has size of 800 and 600 pixel. So I'm getting the chart with a title exchange rate history. I can change it to anything, but it's good to use the exchange rate history because it shows that it is what it is doing. So if I run this, I run my final code, then I will be able to see the graph too. Here it is a graph of last 30 days. It's my values, Pakistani rupees start from around 260 and it goes till 275 to 280 within a month, and these are the values in at y-axis 300 rupees, and these are the dates. So this is all from my side. Thank you.